Hello, hello, and welcome back to the channel. As most of you know, I'm Topher. And for those of you who don't know and just randomly decided to click on my video, welcome to the channel. I'm Topher. Thank you for stopping by. So we're here to do a reaction, and we're diving back into The Love You Give Me. We're diving into episode 21. It's been a couple weeks since I've watched episode 20. December's just been a very busy month, and I haven't had an abundance of time to record and all that jazz, but Christmas is behind us now, and things have kind of slowed down at work, so I'm making up for lost time. I'm catching up on some of the things that I've not been able to do during December, and we're diving back into this. We are in the home stretch. Only 5 episodes left after this, and yeah, so we're gonna dive in and see where this episode takes us. Like I've said so many times watching this series, I just love this series. It makes me smile. It makes me happy. I know these reactions don't get an abundance of views, and that's not why I make them. I make them for the handful of people that actually watch them, but also because I enjoy this series. It's cute. It's charming. It's adorable. So we could see from both Minhui and Jinxi's relationship also, and Daddy Zhao, and I can't remember what the... Sometimes I remember her name, other times it just flies right out of my brain. Can't remember other girl's name. But from their relationship status, like we can see that Minhui and baby girl, they're playing hard to get. But when their backs are turned, but the camera's still on them, we can see that they secretly enjoy the attention. They enjoy seeing that, oh, this guy is putting forth the effort. I don't want to give in to him right now for whatever reasons I may have, valid concerns, but I enjoy that he's putting forth the effort. And yeah, this is kind of fun, because like if they truly just did not want anything to do with these men, I was gonna say they'd make it very clear, but you know, they've been saying things that normally would make it clear, but I feel like there would be a much more I don't know, a deeper effort to convey that, hey, no, I am legitimately serious, leave me the hell alone. But there's still a sort of like playfulness, this push and pull, where it's like, okay, they're enjoying this even though they don't want to admit it. Minhui especially, because there are so many moments throughout this where, you know, Jinxi would just act all pitiful or sad and mopey, and she couldn't help but fall for their charm. She couldn't help but just laugh right there in his face. Not like laughing at him, but just like smile and chuckle, like, oh, God, this guy is so silly. Like, she enjoys it. I like that opening scene with the blind date, and again, I've said it so many times, I love a strong, badass, independent woman who don't need no man. So when her blind date was running off at the mouth, you know, spitting out very old time kind of mentality, thoughts, you know, it feels very not a modern take on a relationship, or, you know, it just feels very just archaic in a sense. I know in some places of the world that is still the norm, but I love that she just was not afraid to put him in his place, and she just read him the riot act and let him know about himself. And I was just like, yes, go on ahead, ma'am, go on ahead and let him know. And then the Mr. Chang, I believe his last name was, Guangzhou, CEO guy. He came along, like, starts grabbing her by the arm. Oops, sorry, talking about, oh, you going on blind dates because you missed Jinxi or whatever. And I'm like, it's none of your damn business. And she's like, let go of me. And he would not. He had this firm grip on her arm. It's like, you know, you could always come and see me. I can make you one of my mistresses. And like, I feel like that club is already full right now, and I feel like you're already in enough hot water with the one mistress you have. You don't need to add anybody else to this club. You don't need to piss off that one mistress any more than you already have. So even though clearly you've got some sort of genuine attraction, maybe it's just physical or whatnot, don't know, towards Minhui, as we've seen throughout the series, adding her to the Mistress Club is just not in your best interest. So Jinxie came and popped him in the face because, like, hey, the lady said let go of her, and you did not let go of her. She didn't need him to come and save her, but I appreciate him coming to intervene because, like, asshole, get off of her. She said no, back the fuck off. But yeah, there are lots of instances throughout the episode where she was just kind of resisting the pull, resisting the allure of Jinxie, but also not hating it. And then when push came to shove and like, oh, he's in the hospital, he needs to be taken care of, like, she was one of the first people to run down there and like, yep, I'm the family, I'll take the medicine. And that just made Jinxie light up like a Christmas tree. He was so elated when she said that. He was so beside himself. So yeah, just it's cute. It's cute to see. Like, obviously the love is still there. She has her reservations, and rightfully so, but the love is still there. The chemistry, the connection is still there, and we're slowly but surely breaking down those walls, breaking down those barriers with the help of the entire family. Shen, Cindy, Hardy, everybody's out here conspiring with Jinxie to get Minwei to fall back in love with him. So, and you know, like I said throughout the episode, sometimes you need to hear the reality of the situation from somebody outside of the relationship, because sometimes if you hear the person confess to you too many times, I love you, I love you, I love you, it's only you, I want to be with you, blah blah blah, sometimes the words might lose a little bit of the meaning, and it's just like, oh my god, will you just leave me alone, I don't believe anything you're saying. But having that outside perspective, like, hey, this is actually the case. He bought this tree and he's been out here staring at it since he moved in here, and I didn't know why, but now I understand. He hasn't forgot about you in 5 years, the whole time. And then, you know, sometimes and then Chen in the bathtub basically spelling out what love is, and he's like, who else do you think would give up their chocolate for you? Like, he loves you. You just need to hear it from the outside sometimes to like really have it click, because sometimes the person who's saying it is just too close to the situation, and you can't really separate your emotions from what they're actually saying. So it's like, yeah, I like seeing where the relationship is going. Dr. Zhao, like I said, his girl, his love interest, name I can't remember right now, obviously she blocked him, so she was feeling some type of way. She does not want to be a backup, which understandable. She shouldn't have to be. She's beautiful, she's sweet, she's kind, she deserves the world. Now we just have to get her to understand that he actually wants to be with her because he loves her and not because she's a backup. But we could see when he finally found her, she was playing hard to get, but she secretly kind of liked the attention. And then he got called off because he's a doctor, he's on call, and she's like, oh, I knew he wasn't serious about me. It's like, no, it's just a circumstance, unfortunate timing. So we've got to get them back into on the same page and whatnot. Then we had Mr. Chang, who I guess was on the verge of being blackmailed by the mistress, and his wife didn't have any time for his nonsense. She's been very straightforward since episode 1. I don't care who you have as your mistress. I don't care what you're doing behind closed doors. Just don't you embarrass me. Don't you motherfucking embarrass me. So he tried to buy her a little bribe, like, okay, I bought your dog some clothes, and she's like, don't bring my dog into this. Just hurry up and tell me what the fuck you want. And then he comes out there with the phones like, I didn't mean to do that, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, listen, little boy. I ain't got time for this nonsense. You want me to put in a good word with my daddy so he hands the business over to you, blah, 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 blah. Again, I don't care what mistress you have, blah, 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 blah. Just don't get caught. Don't get my name dragged through the mud, this, that, the other. Don't you embarrass me, little boy. I don't want you seeing her anymore. So then he goes over to her house and is like, hey, here's some beautiful, expensive jewelry. Also, here's a letter of resignation. She's like, you're firing me? He's like, no, you're resigning. Like, I did not make that decision. But then he starts sweet talking and like, oh, don't you want to be come out of the shadows and be Mrs. Chang? Don't you want to be my wife one day? And it's like, she is just delusional enough to believe the man. It's like, oh God, he's literally out here cheating on his wife at the moment with you. And what makes you think that he's not going to do the same thing if, I was going to say once you guys are married, if that ever comes to be the big case, because he's still married right now. He still has a wife. So something would need to happen to her before a marriage could happen between you two. But it's just like, oh, baby girl, please, wise up to his games. Just out him already. But I guess, she wouldn't want his, wouldn't want her reputation to go down either, because I feel like in that particular culture, society, that especially what we've seen with Min Hui and her reputation going downhill so fast, or like when she was at that conference and they're like, she has a child and no husband. Gasp, how does she live? I am so embarrassed for her, and all that kind of stuff. I can very easily see this mistress's reputation just going downhill. Like, for hell, think back to like the first couple episodes when Min Hui was pretending to seduce this guy so that she could get surgery for Chen Chen. And then all of the pictures were circulating the internet, and people were commenting, I can't believe she'd do that right in front of the man's wife. Oh my God, she is a harlot. She is a hussy, blah, 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 blah. So I could totally see that same sort of stuff coming down on this mistress's head if she were to out everything like that. So maybe that's the reason she probably doesn't want to just fully out the whole situation. But either way, it's not looking good for her. But it is looking good for our family units. So I'm excited to see where the next couple episodes take us. But I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. If you did, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, turn on notifications to be notified when all my shenanigans get posted. If there's anything else you'd like me to react to, be sure to leave it down in the comments. I'll get to it as soon as I possibly can. If you'd like to support the channel in other ways, you're more than welcome to join us over on Patreon. You don't have to, but you're more than welcome to if you want to. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Love ya. Mwah.
Stranded here, stranded